and welcome to another installment of Live at Evo. I am joined by Patrick Draven and Tommy from Gone Sugar Die. How are y'all doing?
Fired up.
Doing great, thank you.
Fired up. I'm going to probe you a little bit about the music stuff for starters. So it is a dark romance between synth punk and indie pop, and we're like a post-punk moment. It's like a very rad and I think very like unique sound. Cool. So how did you arrive there?
I think mainly just earlier we were speaking and we were talking about like old bands and stuff like that, but I think it's just pure influence and like the stuff that I grew up listening to, and finally not being ashamed of like, I don't know, owning what I'm into. I think in high school, in like the early 2000s, like Nelly and 50 Cent and all that were like super big, and Kelly Clarkson, and it's like all
We're
that
not that
stuff's-
old.
What?
That was like elementary school.
Dude, I started high school in like 2007. September 2007. Yeah.
I don't think that makes sense.
You're younger than me.
Yeah, I'm a year younger than you. I
Yeah.
didn't start high school until like 2010.
How does that work?
And I graduated 2014. You graduated?
I started high school September 2007.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then,
My brain hurts, dude.
anyways. Yeah, but stuff, that was what's on the radio then. There was not that we were listening to that, because we were listening, that's how me and him met, which we'll get to after.
Please.
Me and him were listening to like Against Me and stuff that, and that, well, that was my point on the music. I was listening to like new wave music and like Nirvana and the Beatles.
And
which I guess-
Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
And MCR
Yeah,
and
but
all
at
that
the time,
stuff. It was
now-
2007?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Self-titled Blink, dude.
And now that's like huge, and they just put out that lineup for that. You see that?
I cannot wait
Yeah.
for that show.
Oh my god, the way I
We are all
flipped out.
going.
Like, think
As soon
about-
as I saw Pierce the Veil on there too with Bring Me
Yeah.
the Horizon, I was like, oh my god.
It's happening.
I thought that was like hoax or something. But yeah, like think about in like 2008, if that came out, it was like I almost got laughed at for wearing like MCR shirts and like my sister's jeans and stuff. But now in like 2022, that's like a hot ticket. Like they added a second day now.
Yeah.
And it's like it's I should say that it's a piss off because it like emotionally is, but at the same time I'm stoked that those bands are getting the recognition now.
Well, it's just because all the kids who like that, all that
Yeah,
stuff
we're
was
all
literally
old now.
big 10 years ago.
Yeah, for us.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking like mainstream.
No, but that's what I mean, because all the
Yeah.
people who are like in charge of things now.
Yeah,
are
we're
people
old
who grew up
enough to-
listening
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah.
And so I know it's like a big wait, I was gonna say reach around, but a big full circle.
Pull that
to-
up, Jamie.
Yeah. It's a big full circle moment to get back to like how we came up with that sound, but the answer is just like honesty, and I don't know, that listening to all that kind of music and playing it now, and that's why it's easy to write songs now, because it's like that's just the shit that I grew up listening to and where my like tastes lie. And so yeah.
Oh, for sure. I
That's
like
the
that.
answer.
That's really good that you're like honest about your taste in music,
Yeah.
because then you're not trying to be anything else.
Yeah.
Now, you have like a very Gone Sugar Die, as in any sort of iteration, has a very cool origin story. So would you share that with us?
Cool.
One
Yeah.
second.
I've been by a radioactive spider.
Yeah.
And I shoot
That was
music out of my wrists. Yeah.
Oh, it is kind of like a spider web. Then I'll use that analogy.
Oh,
If
perfect.
you're gonna lead in with that.
Let's get into it.
Well, because it's like all these different paths that cross to now. But I met Mike, who's a bassist, through being like a pen pal online. He was a fan of the last band that I was in, and I'm like a huge fan of his, obviously. So we would just talk online for like a couple years. I think the first like 2 or 3 years were just me accepting that it was actually him and not being like catfished or something. And when I finally did think like, okay, maybe it's him, I was like, what if I just fly this guy up here to Langley? Would he actually come? And I'm like, he's probably busy doing rock star stuff. But I'm like, okay, so I just said to him, hey, I'm booking you a plane ticket. Do you want to come? He's like, yeah, should I come for like a month or like 2 months? I was like, I was thinking I'm lucky just for like a weekend. And he's like, no, I'll come for like a month or two. And he did. And at the time I had a recording studio that I owned it. And so he flew up and we'd just hang out there and drink coffee every day. And same thing. It took me probably a week to stop like staring at him and being like, how are you here? And one day he had his hair all done up and had his like bravery makeup on and his leather jackets. And I was like starstruck. And I hadn't felt that way in so long. Because I'd
a
seen
fetish-sized mic
right.
here.
It was fucked because I saw it in, same thing, probably 2008. I saw the Bravery open for Green Day at Rogers.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the last time that I had seen him. And now I'm seeing him again, but in my living room in Langley.
That's
And
so cool.
yeah, and I was like, holy shit. And so that kind of made me like buckle down and go, I gotta write some fucking good music, or like this guy's not gonna waste his time with me. And so we just wrote a bunch of songs, and it was cool. But at the time, the band was just the two of us, and that's not really like a band if we're gonna play live. Which at the time, I wasn't even thinking about playing live or anything. I was like, I'm just gonna tell this guy there's a band, whatever, so I can just hang out with him. And then I did, and then slowly from there, like COVID happened kind of right when we started, so couldn't really do anything. And then after that, I was like, oh man, I guess we actually need to play some shows if people like these songs. And so then we'd go around, I'm like, oh, I don't know how to play guitar or like anything really well. So I'd find someone, I'm like, is there a keyboardist? And this guy's like, I'm not a keyboardist, but I play guitar. So then I'd be like, I'm gonna play keyboard. And so slowly through like there, I'd be like, fuck, I need someone that actually is like gonna be able to play guitar. And so I was like, dude, Draven, like, you're the best guitar player that I know, and you're like, that was kind of low on my priority list. The top thing was like, do you look cool and act cool? And I was like, Draven's the coolest guy that I know, so sure. And so then I was like, here, learn these songs. And even then I'm like, I'm not really worried about how well he plays them. Just like, bring a leather jacket. And then, and then we had drummer Hugh that we used to play with, who was awesome, same kind of thing. And then right when we were like dialing it in with him, he's from the UK, which I'm like, you either have to be cool or British. And so then, yeah, we played with him. And then right when that was picking up, he's like, all right, guys, I'm moving back to the UK.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, Hugh, we miss you.
Yeah. And then, but luckily through that, he was like, hey, I'm leaving. And then I was like, I'm just going to retire then because no one can like drum. And then he had introduced us to Tommy. This is probably like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Tommy now.
He's
new
French.
drummer. He's French. And,
French.
Something like that. But yeah, so then that's how we met him. And yeah, super like so weird. There's no one person that has like the same story. And yeah, then somehow we've just all met here. And then Mike isn't here.
No.
Yeah, he's in LA with the son. But yeah, that's how we all met.
Wow.
Really long story, I guess.
No,
Ever-changing
cool.
story, but yeah.
Very cool. That's like, that's fascinating. So, now that we know how you got to your sound and how this iteration of folks, this trio has gotten together, why don't you hit me with some acoustic Heartbreak Jewelry?
Let's do it.
Well, pseudo-acoustic, I suppose.
Yeah.
Let's get into this. Is the one that usually plays on Evolution 107.9. This is the tune of yours that we bump all the time.
Right on.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Oh, wait, actually, that's it.
Actually, yeah. You're on campus radio, guys.
This was
Lots of the time.
This was the first song, actually, that we wrote. And when I was saying about that thing with Mike, this was what, like, kind of spearheaded the whole band. But when I was writing this song, it was, like, a weird EDM loop that I was playing with, like, on GarageBand. And Mike was coming down the stairs, and I was having a coffee. Because he would go to bed, and I was like, I'm going to bed, too. And then secretly, I'd be like, I gotta write. Yeah. It was like, paranormal activity, the bedtime camera. But yeah, he would be like asleep, and then I'd stay up until like 6 a.m. drinking coffee, being like, I gotta impress him. Like, I need a cool song to show him. And so I had this, and then right when he came down, I was going through like, when you haven't slept yet and your face hurts, you're so like tired. I was going through that, and I'd been trying to write this song like all night, and then he came down. And right when he came, I'd gone through, like, the 5 stages of, like, grief or whatever. And so finally I was like, I'm just deleting this. It was terrible. Why did I even think this was good? And then he's like, what was that? Like, I heard some loop while I was upstairs. What was that? And I was like, no, I'm deleting it. And he's like, no, keep it. And that's this song. So
Cool.
that's how
Oh my
this
God, I
song
love
exists. Almost deleted it in my sleepless haze.
That's almost the song that never was.
I wrote it probably in the first, like, I wrote the whole thing through in like 10 seconds, like the first play. And then the next like 8 hours of the night was just me sitting going, should I keep it? No, I should delete it. Should I keep it? Then I'd look at a couple pictures of Mike. No, I should delete it. Oh, but maybe it's good. So yeah, that's where this
That's
song came from.
awesome. Let's do it.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it the beginning or is this the end? So come a little closer, put me on a leash again. You take a picture and cry. A little love, a little time. You send a picture goodbye. A little love, a little time. And wear your heartbreak jewelry. Wear your heartbreak jewelry. Just falling asleep in an empty bed. The air gets cold as it starts to spread from the open window that she wouldn't close. Sleeping pills every night. It's okay, shut your eyes. A lucid dream in your mind. It's okay, shut your eyes. Sleeping pills every night. I'll be here when you change your mind. And wear your heartbreak jewelry. Wear your heartbreak jewelry. Wear your heartbreak jewelry. Wear your heartbreak jewelry. Sleeping pills every night. It's okay, shut your eyes. Sleeping pills every night. It's okay, shut your eyes. Who broke your heart, Julie? Who broke your heart, Julie? And wear your heartbreak jewelry. Wear your heartbreak jewelry. A little love, a little time. A little love, a little time. A little love, a little time. A little love sometimes.
So rad. Oh, so Gone Sugar Die live at Evo today. That was excellent. Oh my God. I actually, since we're all like in prime playing position, I might get you to do the next song on the set list if you don't mind.
Cool.
Let's get into it.
I have to remember. Oh, Fight for You, yeah. This one
Yeah.
actually has another funny story.
Please.
Another first. This is the first song I ever wrote my whole life.
The first song you ever wrote in your whole life?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I think 17.
17. This is an enduring tune. Oh
Right.
my
Oh,
God.
thanks.
Very cool.
At the time I was a drummer for like my first high school band, and I'd been the drummer for that band for like 2 years, and I got so tired of, and you know this from being a drummer, I was like the only drummer in like Langley or Surrey. And so I was in like everyone's
18
band when they needed a
bands.
drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kept
It's
doing
like
that.
bass players.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Every bass player's in like 12 bands.
Oh, at least.
So I'd be in like all these bands, or I'd go to like my friends' shows, and the drummers were always awesome.
Yeah.
And because they were in so many bands, they get a lot of practice.
For sure.
But I was like, every single band sucks. The bands that I'm in sucked. Like I was embarrassed I'd be in like a band and I was like, I don't want to play shows because
You
it sucks.
suck.
And I'd be like, I'd play and then I'd get off stage and everyone's like, oh man, so what are your like influences? And I was like, the Smiths. And they're like, then why the are you in this band?
That's a good question.
And I was like, I don't know. And so
Oh, no.
then I got a guitar and like a piano and I had all this like stuff at home and I was sitting there going like, and I was like, okay, those two notes, and I'll just like loop that over in GarageBand, and then I'd be like, ooh, ooh, over top, and then I'd slowly build a song off that.
No kidding.
And then doing that for like a little while, I started to get like good enough that I could like consistently record it.
Wow.
So I'd do like the drums, bass, all that, and finally I came up with like the riff for this. That's why the intro that Draven's gonna play is like a couple notes instead of like chords. And
It's gonna be weird though, because I don't think you'll be able to hear it.
no, but the people listening can hear it.
Yeah, that's fun. In
But yeah,
post,
so-
they will hear it.
And so yeah, then it was like, oh man, now the drummer is playing guitar, like screw what he has to say. And so every band I was in didn't want this song. And so then I'd like keep going through that, and then I had other bands where I was finally the guitarist, and I was like, hey, I have this song, and they were like, no, that song sucks. And so it just was shelved for like, I guess almost 10 years.
Wow.
And then I meet like these guys now, and they're like, that song's awesome. We put it out, and this is like our biggest or second biggest song, I guess,
Wow.
that people know besides Heartbreak Jewelry.
Yeah.
I'm like, why did I sit on this for 10 years? And yeah, I'm super proud of this. But it's weird now, like nothing has changed about this song other
No.
than I added strings. But nothing's changed about this song lyrically or anything since I wrote it like 10 years ago.
Oh my god, that's so
Super
cool.
weird, right?
Get into it. I'm
right.
stoked.
Oh, sorry, man. Alright. Gonna get prepped. I guess it's gonna be weird because you're playing the intro. We'll just do like that and we'll count in time. Alright. Ready?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, okay.
Alright. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. What chord is it? Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's try that one again. Hold on, I think I have to choose something.
Dead air.
Dead air. No, it's okay. We're playing the tuning song. It's fine.
This is the benefits.
Well, you-
Everyone wants like punk bands and stuff to be cool, and then when they'll like actually see the realities of it,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like, oh man, like now I love 1975 for example, but they're not like a punk band.
The most punk band, dude.
That's what I mean. But like now people will be like, oh man, they're
The
so
XX,
cool.
man.
They're, yeah.
So punk.
Like I love all those bands, but
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh man, that's so cool. And I'm like, dude, all of their shows like programmed through Ableton. And I'm like, I know that because I'm doing it too. But like the rawness and stuff.
Yeah,
they're
it's, like,
they're-
not the
they're a real
case.
band. I'm like, what?
What do you mean? What is a real band? I don't
If you're
know.
using a MacBook for like any part of your show,
What's the realness?
Yeah.
Maybe that's a real band
I'm
nowadays.
doing it, and I
yeah,
own it
everyone
'cause
does that.
I can't afford to like hire like string players and whatever.
You don't
And then
sign up the
it'd be like
violin.
Arcade Fire because we'd have like 30 people. on
Oh my
stage.
god, you totally would be.
Right. That's why I'm waiting for like the major label deal because they will like they'll have a production budget and everything.
Yeah,
I'm
that'll
like,
be
I
nice.
will not play a show unless I have like 5 cellists, like a head violinist. Okay.
Oh my god, yeah.
Do you remember it?
Yeah.
For real,
Trying to
real.
transpose things in my mind. Okay. Yeah. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm afraid of being left alone with no hope. And people tell me that I'm crazy, and you know I might just be.
Very cool. Gone Sugar Die live at Evo here in the studio with me. Now, actually, before you put that down, let's give me another one. Give me your third song.
Oh,
Why
man.
not?
All right.
I know. I'm just throwing curveballs left, right, and center.
Like, I can do it. This one is probably the most. Sorry, screw with my thing here.
All good.
This is the last song on the rock opera that I wrote.
Oh.
And it's funny, it was the last song that I wrote for it, but when I finished it, I had to go back and change the other songs that I did.
Oh.
Because this one has like this big string intro and then like timpanis and then like this rock middle section. And then there's like guitar harmonies like Queen. And then the end is like, there's like church bells and acoustic guitar. And it's like super awesome.
Rad, yeah.
And Draven, every time he's like, oh, that's the only one we got to play. You want to play it like last time for the thing. And I'm like,
our next show, if you come to the next show, we're only playing that song.
yeah, for
Cool.
like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But it's cool like playing it like live and doing that at shows. But that's when we've got to use all the like MacBook stuff for. 'cause
Right.
You'd need like 20 people in the band. And this is probably the song I'm like most proud of ever writing because compositionally it was like so challenging. But I have no idea how we're gonna play it now. We're gonna have to fill a lot of like, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
It's gonna be rad.
Yeah, I've never actually played this in this way, but also I'm like, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out. Cool. It'll be very jammy, I guess. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Leave me a message in my voicemail. I don't wanna talk for a while. I've got some things to do, a million questions to ask. At night I lie awake, the future's coming past. Tonight I see the light, a fire starts to grow. Tonight I see the light, the sun begins to show. Leave me a message in my voicemail. I don't wanna talk for a while. I've got some things to do, a million questions to ask. At night I lie awake, the future's coming past. Tonight. Now we're gonna go. Now it's part 2. Alright, now it's gonna be faster. Ready? Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wasting my time getting high.
So I want to listen to the entirety of the rock opera now, like
Right.
big time. Yeah, no, that was very, very cool.
Thank you.
I'm sitting here with Gone Sugar Die. We're doing live at Evo this afternoon, and you
Yes,
all
we
have
are.
come. Yes, we are. And you all have come prepared with a cover. Yes.
play a
I mean,
cover?
you can tell me about it. I just want to
Okay.
make sure we get all your songs in a half hour.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's what I mean. Well, if you watch the video one we did,
Yeah.
speaking of Draven saying that I say
Yeah, please.
stupid shit,
No.
on the video one, the host was asking us what like our favorite part of being in a band was,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, for me, it's because I talk way too much. But at least then, when I have like an instrument in front of me, I'm like, it's like it gives me more like authority to what I'm saying, or
Oh, yeah.
people want to listen. But in terms of like a song, I'm like, oh, I'll just take what I'm saying and make it like a melody, and then say it. Yeah, sorry. Again, talk way too much.
No. That's really cool. Please.
The cover we're gonna play is the song "Today" by Smashing Pumpkins. I don't really know what to say about it. I think when
I really like this song, and I made us cover it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we're
Basically
covering it.
that.
Yeah, so you just like, it's just a cool
We had to
tune.
figure out a cover for the last show, and
Yeah.
we were kind of in a pinch, and it's an easy song to play, and
And it's
I
awesome.
really like that song.
Yeah.
So.
Right on.
Apparently, Billy Corgan, when he wrote that song, it was supposed to be like super, like it's supposed to be satire. and,
Really?
Like, really sarcastic, yeah. So that's why he's saying like today's the greatest day of my life, blah blah. But really, I think he said he was either gonna like kill himself and then he wrote that, or
Yeah, I feel like
You
those
were-
aren't words that you should just put in his mouth just in case.
no, like that's why I've watched like I watched band interviews.
Can you pull
all the
that up,
time.
Jamie?
Yeah, Jamie, pull that up. I heard he was eating a lot of elk and taking fight milk, but yeah. But when because I knew this song like my whole life, and as a kid, I would hear this song, and that's how I know we're not that old, because this was not on the radio. Well, it's on the radio now, but like it didn't come out when I was like
No, it
came
came out like
94, right?
1992.
Oh, really?
Like, what?
Yeah.
Or something, yeah.
But
It's
when
a
I heard,
Siamese dream.
yeah, no. But
Yeah.
when did that album come out? 92.
Yeah, it's something like that.
It was
I don't know,
before
sometime
Nevermind,
before
I
we
think.
were born.
Yeah,
No,
but that's
but-
what I mean. We're not
Yeah.
that old. So it wasn't on the radio yet. But yeah, when I was a kid listening to this song, I just thought it was like a really beautiful song because of the little twinkly guitar intro. And then I'd hear the lyrics, and I'm like, yeah, today's the best day ever.
Ooh.
And then now when I'm all like angry and cynical and pessimistic as an adult, I hear it, and I'm like, this song, like, he can't be serious. And then when I learned that it was supposed to be sarcastic, I was like, yes!
So it's
Life
like
makes sense!
it's like any high school graduation and they're playing "Time of Your Life" by Green Day.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Or "Every Breath You Take."
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my god, literally.
Yeah. Even that every breath you take is about like a stalker.
Yeah.
By yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things you
100%.
learn. That's why with a lot of our songs too, I don't think necessarily that they sound happy or anything, but yeah, like
Play "Happy" by Never Shout Never.
I when I'm like writing songs, it's because I'm either like super angry, but for me being angry is not really like a physical or verbal thing. I'm more just like sit there and trying to cry for like
I know.
a day. That's my form of like anger. So yeah, when I'm in like that mood, I'll sit down and just like, I don't know, listen to like 5 Oasis albums and then go like yell at my dog. And then I guess that sounds bad. And my dog, no, but I mean like my dog's like my best friend.
That's
Yeah.
the quote that
Rant,
everyone's gonna
like,
take away
vent.
from
Yeah, that's the like clip from
That's the headline,
All I do is
actually.
yell at my dog.
No, but I'll,
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna
sit,
ruin
and
your
he's-
career.
He's like a little chihuahua,
Aw.
and I just sit and
Like,
I'm like,
vent.
and he's so docile, but he's just sitting there laying at me, and I'm like, dude, why do I hate myself? Why? Why? And then he's just looking at me.
Sometimes I think he's trying to kill us though, because like
Yeah.
I'll
He'll lay
wake
on
up.
me.
Yeah, I'll wake up and he'll somehow get into my room, and one, I have no idea how that happens, and then 2, I'll wake
put
up
him
with
in there.
him on my face like a face hugger from Alien, like spread across. I'm like,
This little
and it's
chihuahua.
happened multiple times. Yeah,
But yeah, so
He's trying to take you out for sure.
it's
leave
just
Patrick alone.
then and I don't have like a journal or anything like that, and I don't really like texting people and saying like, dude, I'm depressed, because everyone's like, I know, we get it. And then I'm like, no, I'm depressed. And they're like, dude, you're in a Smith shirt. We understand. So then instead I was like, oh, okay, I'm just going to make like a song about being depressed. And then everyone's
We
like,
didn't make today.
that song rocks. No, I'm saying our music. with our music.
Influenced, you know?
I'm saying that's why, like, that's part
Dude,
of
we could
for
just
me.
be Zeppelin and just start taking credit of everyone's songs.
That's true.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's
This is
literally-
Today by God Sugar Die.
I'm sorry, I'm not feeling your Billy Who?
Yeah, it sucks. It's like that movie Yesterday where the guy wrote all the Beatles songs.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like that, yeah.
Right? Yeah, the
Please.
ethos, at least for me, the ethos of this whole band is like an outlet for how like depressed and anxious and stuff that I am. But instead of being all like, I don't know, I don't want to write really poetic lyrics where it's like the mysteries of whatever. Instead, I'm just like flat out like, yeah, today I was sad.
Mysteries of whatever.
I don't
Good.
know.
Screaming cover
Yeah.
band.
I'm not very like I'm not visually artistic, and I'm not very like. I mean, I'm kind of linguistic and I can talk it,
Oh,
but
for
I'm not.
sure.
I'm not like I don't write poems or anything like that. I'm more just focused on the like energy of and the like vibe of things.
Yeah,
So yeah,
right
I
on.
don't know. I'm gonna shut up now and I'm just gonna play
Oh,
the song.
don't say that. You are. No, it's very cool. You're a very good talker. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you.
2 guitar mics, man. No vocals
Yeah.
for this song.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Today is the greatest day I've ever known. Can't wait for tomorrow. I might not have that long. I'll burn my eyes out before I get out. I wanted more than life would ever grant me. Bored by the chore of saving face. Today is the greatest day I've ever known. Can't live for tomorrow. Tomorrow's much too far. I'll tear my heart out before I get out. Pink ribbon scars that never forget. I tried so hard to cleanse these regrets. My angel wings were bruised and restrained. My belly stings. Today is the greatest day. I wanna turn you on. I wanna turn you on. I wanna turn you on. I wanna turn. Today is the greatest. Today is the greatest. Today is the greatest. Today is the greatest day I've ever known.
Oh my god, thank you so much. That's very good. All right. Gone Sugar
And again,
Die.
Today by Gone Sugar Die.
Yeah, the original tune, actually.
Confused with Today by Smashing Pumpkins.
By who?
Written by Patrick Williams and Dream Nails.
Sorry, I've actually never heard of Smashing. That's so weird. I think they copied you, actually.
Yeah.
Check the dates
And
when they were
band name.
released.
I think we probably have the coolest band name of any. I don't want to call us like a local band, but any like smaller band. I don't know how, I can't remember now how we came up with the name, and we've given like a lot of like reasons for it.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone's always like, man, that band name's so cool. Like, how did you get that? Because everyone now is like the something.
Oh, for sure.
They're all taken, and I would love to be that too. But like, Gone
Should've
Sugar
been the
Die.
guys.
I don't even know how like schizophrenic I must be to come up with like those. I just wanted something in the name that speaks to the cynicism. So I was like, something dead. But there's like Dead Kennedys and Dead Poets Society and all these like,
And there's death.
yeah.
Death, for
So I was
sure.
like, something die. But then I was like, oh, but if you say like the cats are gonna die or something. Or I think that's
Die
because I was
mannequin.
watching that Netflix thing, like Don't Fuck with Cats.
Yeah.
You know? And so I was like, oh, if you say anything like something's gonna die, people are gonna look at you as like a sadist or like something. And so I was like, oh man, if you put something sweet in front, so I was like, oh, sugar and die. And I'm like, that's pretty like
Yeah, it's kind of like the Powerpuff Girls.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, again, one of me and Draven's favorite things.
Oh.
But yeah, and then I don't know why. I think I put Gone there because I was like, every band before is like Gone with a lot of the like members.
Oh my god.
But that's what I mean.
Deep.
I don't really know. Like, how do you say what
I don't
the-
know, man.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You know when bands are like, oh, our name is like the Cherries or something. I hope that's not a band. I just made that up.
That's not 100% a
Is it?
band. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
say-
But I know
Has
it's
to be.
100%
But they'd
a
have
band.
some reason. They'd be like, oh, that was our singer always had fresh cherries at practice or something.
Yeah.
For us, I'm like, I better think of
Any
something.
time I've known any band with the though, like any like the band, most of the time anytime I see an interview, they're like, yeah, our name means nothing.
Well, I think Morrissey said the reason that he called them the Smiths is because it couldn't stick to like one genre. Like you wouldn't think they're a metal band or
Yeah, but don't
something
believe
like
in
that.
anything Morrissey says, kids.
Also, no, yeah.
But with our band, I'm like, I think when you hear the music with the band name, it's one of those like perfect pairings.
Totally.
Even for me being in it, it's so meta because I'm like, oh fuck, like this song sounds like that's what the band would be called.
Right? No,
if we
you
were
did
called
it.
like, if our name was something like,
The Cherries?
yeah, it would,
I'm kind of down with that name.
Yeah,
though.
but
That name's kind of sick.
to me that'd be like a '60s like psych rock band.
No, or like a, you know those
Girl
girls
band.
who do like roller derby?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
They could be in a
Right.
band
Yeah,
called the
it's like-
Cherries. That'd
For
be
sure.
sick.
Right.
Rockabilly kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Can that be our band?
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah,
four
sure.
start it?
Yeah.
Right
Excellent.
now.
Next live at Evo, the Cherries, like
Yeah.
for sure. We'll put it together. It'll be good.
One-off exclusive.
Yes.
We'll do it the same way.
I feel like I need to get some
rehearsal.
No.
bands for that band.
It's fine.
I'm working on mine.
It's fine. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming down today. This is Gone Sugar Die. They have a new song that just dropped today called Bombshell. It's on Spotify. It's on
Kissing
Apple
Hell.
Music.
Yeah.
It's please do check it out. Go to their socials, source the song. I haven't heard it yet, embarrassingly, but it's a banger. It has to be given the sample. Again, thank you so much. This has been another episode of Live at Evo here at Evolution. I am Jerry Mayer Judson. This is Gone Sugar Die, and I'll talk to you next time.
Rock and roll.